Hello, entrepreneurs. This is Joe DeChara back once again with another version of How to Win at Business. I am your host, and if you don't know me, I am the founder of BedrockBusinessBuilders.com and Bedrock University, which is a fully functioning uh, online school for small business owners. And I encourage you to visit it and sign up for the lifetime membership. It is only $97 for full lifetime membership. And if you use the code Susie, you will get $50 off for the time being. So that's Bedrock University. Use the code Susie and you will get a $50 discount. And tonight, what I am going to be doing is we are going to be covering the MasterMind Principle, which is one of the uh, most powerful tools, and I didn't mean to do that yet. It is one of the most powerful business tools that any business owner can utilize in their business. And I'm trying to get the thing up and running here so that we can share it with you. And if you don't know what the mastermind principle is, you're in for a real treat tonight because it is something that really has changed not only my business and my life, but probably tens of millions of entrepreneurs and people in all different industries. You don't have to just be in business to benefit from the mastermind principle. But before I get into that, let me tell you, what I really like to start out with, which is the doom and gloom of the fact that life is tough and running a business makes it 10 times tougher. So if you're watching this, you're probably the owner of a small business and you're looking for some kind of guidance and direction to make things a little bit easier. Well, the bad news is that nobody can make it easier. That's the way it is. It's designed that way. If it was easy, everybody would be in business and everybody would be making tons of money. But the truth is, unfortunately, that over 98% of new businesses fail. And that means that they go out of business, they die, they don't exist anymore. Forget about all the statistics you hear about, 50% of businesses will be closed within 5 years. I mean, that's a pretty dismal number to begin with. 98% is more like it, and I'll tell you where that number comes from. When you hear all these statistics by the SBA, by the government, by Forbes magazine, what they're really talking about are established businesses. We're not talking about sole proprietors. We're talking about companies that have already run the gauntlet, the small business gauntlet. They've achieved a level of success where they were actually operating and creating revenue and hiring employees. Those are the businesses that go out of that die because of a lack of capital, because they tried to expand too quickly, because of too much competition, because of a bad economy. But those rules do not apply to the small business owner, the solopreneur just starting out. So if you're one of those people just starting out, your chances are about 1 out of 50 that you're going to create a business that's going to live, that's going to last. Okay? I have right now this business, and I've been in business for over 25 years, but I have probably 30 other businesses that I started, and a couple of them I sold, a couple of them, I closed successfully, but most of them just died because I gave up, because they were bad ideas, and just because most of the reasons were because I didn't know what I know now. If I had known then what I know now and what I try to teach people, things might have been a little bit different. Maybe I wouldn't have gone through all the pain and suffering that I went through and that I put my friends and family through. And the truth is that when we start a business, it's easy to get sidetracked. It's easy to let life stuff get in the way. And just to reiterate this one more time, business is tough, it's complicated, and it's confusing. And I came to that realization a long, long time ago, but I didn't really know what to do about it. But now what I've done is I've created a program which I call how to Win at Business. And what it is, it's a system. It's a series of uh, tasks, programs, ways to keep you motivated and inspired and on track. And it's a program that will hold you accountable. Okay. And one of the part of the program I incorporate is this mastermind principle. So let's talk about what a mastermind is exactly, because really it's a label. The truth is that masterminds have been in existence since the beginning of time. The first time two people had a meeting of the minds, they got together and they created something that individually neither one would have been able to. Okay. So I believe it was Andrew Carnegie put the term mastermind to this principle. And that came as a result of Napoleon Hill asking him how did he get his wealth? And what Andrew Carnegie said was that he created a mastermind. Now, normally, if you look up mastermind in the dictionary, it has to do with, being a mastermind of some kind of illegal operation. He was the mastermind behind the bank robbery. What Andrew Carnegie was talking about was the fact that he was able to take people from all different walks of life, from engineering, legal, accounting, uh, you know, other ordinary people that had no direct connection with his industry, which was the steel industry. And what Andrew Carnegie said was that not one of those people could have developed the business that he put together on their own. So what Andrew Carnegie was a master at putting people together and creating something from nothing. And that's what I love about the mastermind principle. Now, not everybody is going to wind up being as rich and powerful as Andrew Carnegie. But as solopreneurs, as small business owners, this is a tool not only that we can use, but we must use. And I'll tell you why we must use it. Because a mastermind, when it's run properly, will inspire you. It'll motivate you. It'll give you ideas that you would have never got from anywhere else. Something magical happens when these mastermind groups are created. And they can be created in a second. Okay, I could create one right now. I could send out an email to people and say, hey, we're going to have a mastermind meeting in a half an hour, and this is what the topic's going to be. Now, I'm a member of a weekly mastermind group, and it's run by a friend of mine, Sue Bruck, and you can go to mastermindwithsue.com and you can register for our free mastermind. And every week we get all different kinds of people, and we do hot seats. And what a hot seat is each person in the meeting gets a chance to put a question to the group. And it could be any question. It could be, last week somebody had a question of what to name her new business. And once you get done explaining what it was, I mean, we came up with some pretty amazing names for her to follow up with. So this is what happens in this kind of a mastermind group. That kind of a mastermind group is really just a brainstorming hot seat type of mastermind, and that's usually what produces the immediate positive effects of being in a mastermind like that. Now, this is a free mastermind that we usually meet every week. I've just created my own mastermind. I'm going to put a link up there for you if I can find the comments. Yes, and somebody is live. And this is a link to the mastermind group that I just created. You can register. This one will be meeting twice a week for free at 2 p.m. on Wednesdays and 2 p.m. on Saturdays. And it's just something that I decided to do yesterday because I love it so much and it's so powerful and effective. So let me give you a couple of tips now. If you're going to enter this kind of mastermind, if you're going to go to Sue's mastermind, which goes on Fridays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and mine is also Eastern Standard Time. But let me just give you a couple of tips on how you can really leverage your time and walk away with something when you go into these masterminds. And the first mastermind tip is come with an open mind and be positive. One of the cardinal sins that you can be guilty of in a mastermind group is when somebody's giving you some ideas for you to say, oh, I already tried that, that's not going to work, because I've done that, and that's not a good thing. What you want to do is when you're on the hot seat and people are giving you suggestions, you want to have a notebook or have somebody else taking notes for you and just take it all in. Even if you've tried it before and it was a stupid idea, it might have been a stupid idea before. So the number one tip is be open-minded and positive. And now mastermind tip number 2 is come prepared. Okay, if you're in a hot seat type mastermind, you want to come with your most pressing question. Okay, you want to come with the question that you haven't been able to get answered, you're struggling with it. It's the kind of question that leaves you up at night. And it could be as simple as, how do I get more people to my free webinars? How do I get people to like my Facebook page? It could be anything. It could be, I need a new name for for this program. I'm developing a coaching program. How long should it be? But come prepared with your questions. Too often, we go into these mastermind groups and people just don't have a question prepared, and it's a shame because this is when you can really get some unbelievable tips for free, which is one of the best things about it. Okay, so we do have a couple of people watching live, and I apologize because I'm still not able to go into the chat yet. But if you do have a question for me, if you want to reach out to me, just put, I will check the comments afterwards. I will answer all of your questions. If you want to book a free chat with me, go to timewithjoe.com, and I'd be glad to talk to you about your business, about the MasterMind Principle, or anything else that has to do with starting, building, and managing a small business. And my last tip for being part of a mastermind is follow up. You know, so many times in these mastermind groups, you make a connection with people that you never met before. So have a way, share your email address, get other people's email addresses. A lot of times people can't give you all of the suggestions that they have during the mastermind. So have a way to follow up with these people, because somebody might think of something after the meeting that might have an impact on your topic. And that's it. My mission has become trying to make business less complicated, making it simple for people so that it could be profitable and hopefully fun. Okay, you can have fun in your business and you can make money. We didn't go into business to struggle and just have expenses and losses. Okay, when I decided to go into business, it was, to make money, but also to be able to be a master of my own destiny. And I don't want to be miserable. I want to make money and have fun doing it with the least amount of stress possible, if that's even possible in a business. But it is, folks, it is. And I've developed tools, tricks, resources on ways that you can do it too. So that's my story. Like I say every time I'm on here, none of this is going to matter unless you take action. So register for one of the masterminds. I just gave you mastermindwithsue.com is a free one. I put the link to my new free mastermind up in the chat box. So register. It doesn't cost anything. Give it a shot. And like I said, once again, if you want to reach out to me, just go to timewithjoe.com. Like my group, like my business page, and I'll like you. All right. That's my story. Over and out. I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you.